He was a ghost in the skies, a man known only by the alias D.B. Cooper. On a cold November day in 1971, he boarded Flight 305, demanded a ransom, and vanished into the night after parachuting from a Boeing 727. But what really happened to D.B. Cooper? Tonight, we peel back the layers of one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries and explore the conspiracy theories surrounding this elusive hijacker. They say history is written by the victors, but in this case, it might be written by a shadow. D.B. Cooper's daring heist left behind only questions. How could a man armed with nothing but a briefcase full of cash and a pair of parachutes outsmart one of the most formidable law enforcement agencies in history? Was he a mastermind of his own design, or was there something more sinister at play? Let's start with the facts. On November 24, 1971, a man calling himself D.B. Cooper boarded a Northwest Orient Airlines flight from Portland to Seattle. Shortly after takeoff, he passed a note to a flight attendant claiming he had a bomb. He demanded $200,000 in ransom and 4 parachutes before releasing the passengers. After landing in Seattle and receiving his payment, Cooper ordered the plane to take off again, heading toward Mexico City. Then, in the dead of night over the dense wilderness of the Pacific Northwest, he leaped from the rear of the aircraft, disappearing without a trace. For decades, the official investigation has turned up little more than fragments, scattered pieces of ransom money found along a riverbank, a trail of circumstantial evidence, and an endless array of questions. And it is precisely these unanswered questions that have given rise to a torrent of conspiracy theories. Some say D.B. Cooper was no ordinary criminal. They propose that he was a trained military paratrooper, a man with specialized knowledge who knew exactly how to survive in hostile terrain. His impeccable execution, his calm demeanor during the hijack, and his audacious escape all point to someone who was prepared for the unthinkable. Was he simply a lone operator, or was he part of a covert government program testing the limits of unconventional warfare? Others suggest that D.B. Cooper was a planted asset, a ghost created by intelligence agencies to send a message or to test vulnerabilities in aviation security. They point to inconsistencies in the official account and claim that certain details, the choice of a Boeing 727 with its unique aft staircase, the specific demands for multiple parachutes, and even his attire, are all too calculated to be the work of an amateur. Could Cooper have been working with inside knowledge or even under the directive of a government entity to stage an unsolvable event that would distract and disorient the public? Then there are those who believe D.B. Cooper's legend is a carefully constructed myth, a narrative fed to the public to obscure a much darker secret. Some conspiracy theorists argue that the money he stole wasn't simply ransom. It was a diversion to hide a larger-scale operation involving stolen government funds, clandestine arms deals, or secret experiments in psychological warfare. In this view, the hijack was just the tip of the iceberg, a way to cover up far more complex and nefarious activities occurring in the shadows of the American political landscape. Of course, not all theories point to elaborate government plots. Some say that D.B. Cooper, with his daring leap into the wilderness, might have simply perished, becoming yet another ghost lost to the harsh elements. But if he did die, then why have so many clues, so much media fascination, and so many reported sightings persisted over the years? Could it be that Cooper's survival, if he indeed lived on, was so improbable that his very existence has become a beacon for those who dare to dream of the impossible? There are also whispers of sightings in remote areas decades after the hijack, unverified claims of a man resembling Cooper living under a new identity. Some argue that his daring escape was not an end but a new beginning, an opportunity to reinvent himself, to live off the grid, and to watch the world wonder what had really happened. Is it possible that D.B. Cooper is still alive, hidden away somewhere in the vast, untamed wilderness, his legend growing with every passing year? As we piece together these fragments of evidence, lost money along riverbanks, eyewitness accounts that contradict official reports, and the uncanny precision of his plan, a picture emerges that is as haunting as it is perplexing. D.B. Cooper remains an enigma, a cipher that defies explanation, and a symbol of rebellion against a system that we can neither fully understand nor control. So what do you think? Was D.B. Cooper a lone genius, a government plant, or a casualty of his own ambition? Is the story of his daring escape a true account of survival? Or is it a meticulously crafted illusion designed to distract us from a larger truth? Or perhaps is it simply the ultimate unsolvable mystery, a puzzle that will forever invite speculation, debate, and wonder? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe, and remember, sometimes the greatest mysteries are not solved by the evidence we see, but by the questions we dare to ask.